Nottru Suvargam puhinra ammanai, Mattamum tararo vasal thiravadar, Nattathulai mudi Narayanan, Nammal, Pottapparedarum punniyanal, Pandurunal, Kutrathin Vaiveenda Kumbakarnanum, Thottum Munakke, Perumtuyiltan Tandano, Atta Anandaludayai Arunkalane, Tettamai Vandu, Tirayelorembavai. In the 10th verse of Thiruppavai, by referring to the teammate as Ammanai, Andal beautifully brings out the established value of respect and the expressed value of compliance. Nottru Suvargam puhinra Ammanai. Here, she is able to appreciate the potential of the teammate. She is able to identify the similarity of the spirit between both of them. What is Swargam? What is heaven? When we have the right company, when we have the company of people who are spiritual in nature, when we have spiritual thoughts, at that point in time, we start working selflessly and also for the benefit of the entire society. We create a heaven around ourselves. Sita in the Ramayana says, Yastvaya sahasasvargam nirayo yastvaya vina. Rama, only with your company there is heaven, otherwise it is hell. When we are in constant contemplation of the Lord, how do we get this constant contemplation? The mind wanders. Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita says, Chanchalam hi manak Krishna pramathi balavadrinam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. He says. Arjuna, when he asks this, then Krishna replies, Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha rihyate. Then again, when he asks what is the quality of a sthita prajna, Krishna replies from the 58th verse, coming back to the 55th verse of the 2nd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogathan atmanyeva atmanatushtaha sthita prajnasya dochyate. Kurmanganiva sarvashaha indriyani indriyarthebhyaha tasya prajna pratisthita. Yat sarvatrani anabhisnehaha tattat prapya shubhashubham nabhi nandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratisthita. He says, how do we develop the outside in or the inside out approach? He says, the outside in approach is going to destroy us. But the inside out approach, like a tortoise, is going to elevate us towards God realization. Many of us are at the stage of the physiological needs. We need to go beyond that towards self-actualization. Here, by calling the teammate as Ammanai, she respects the teammate and also appreciates the compliance the teammate has got towards the ultimate goal of life. Here, she says, Nottru Suvargam puhinra Ammanai, through constant practice, through constant contemplation, through intuition, through intent to perform, through innovation, she has been inspired and she has reached a stage where she is close to perfection. Perfection is God. Akhilaheya Pratyanika Samasta Kalyana Guna Paripurna. What is the definition of Lord? Or the identification mark of Lord? The Lord is zero defect. Today we have the Z culture in management, zero defect culture. How do we remove defects? God is zero defect. Akila heya pratyaneka. Samasta kalyana guna paripurna. He is full of qualities. He is full of gunas. That is the definition of God, or the Swarupa Nirupaka Dharma, or the identification mark of God. She has reached a stage where she is experiencing these divine qualities of the Lord. That is why she is respected in this verse. Nottru Suvargam Puhindra Ammanai Mattamum Tararo Vasal Thiravadar. Andal says, because you have been immersed into this body of knowledge, into spirituality, you have to tell us as to how we can also reach your stage of contemplation. Natta Thulai Mudi Narayanan Nammal Pottapparai Tharum Punyanal. Like how the basil leaves or tulasi surrenders itself to the feet of the Lord. Immediately, the Lord takes the basil leaves and keeps it on his head. In the similar way, the Lord, who has immense love towards his devotees, would also embrace us and then take us to greater heights in life when we surrender to him. Nalla nenje naam todudum nammudai namperumal. That is what Thirumangai Alvar says when he sings the glory of Ahobilam. Natta Thulai Mudi Narayanan Nammal. Nammal means the Lord is mad after a devotee. Pottapparai Tharum Punyanal Pandurunal Kutrathin Vai Veenda Kumbhakarnan. We can get destroyed because of three qualities. One, when we do not have our own goals. Kumbhakarna never had his own goals. He had that of Ravana's, and he lost his life without having his own destination. Second, Kumbhakarna's was a tamasic sleep. We need to be in yoga when we contemplate to realize our own potential, but our sleep should never be tamasic as Kumbhakarna. The third aspect is Kumbhakarna had physical power. He did not have intellectual power. Just developing physically is not going to help. We need to develop all round, ripen all round, mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. We need to rise above the state of Kumbhakarna. Kutrathin Vai Veenda Kumbhakaranam. He went and fell in the jaws of death. That is what Andal says, Veenda Kumbhakarana. In the same way, if we are not aware, if we do not have our own goals of life, if we do not realize the purpose of our existence, then every second we embrace death. A second lost is lost forever. Kalakshepo nakartavyaha kshidamayuhu kshane kshane yamasya karuna nasti kartavyam harikirtanam. Tottu munakke peruntuyil than tandano atta anandaludayai arunkalane. Arunkalane means ornament. A person who is in continuous contemplation of the Lord. A person who has created heaven around him or her. At that point in time, he becomes an ornament to this entire world. He is respected in the society and he always shines wherever he or she is. Namaskar.